call. Raymond Ho.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to take a call to support the Objectionable Publications and Indecency legislation bill. The main purpose of this bill is to increase the penalties for producing, trading or possessing child pornography by amending 3 pieces of legislation, namely the Crimes Act 1961, the Films, Videos and Publications Classification Act 1993, and the Customs and Excise Act 1996. The bill introduces the new measures to achieve the key purpose and improve the legislation in respect of objectionable publications and indecency. As outlined in the speech of my colleague, Mr. Andrew Little, the bill includes the new measures of increasing the maximum penalty for possession, import or export of an objectionable publication from 5 years to 10 years imprisonment, and increasing the maximum penalty for distributing or making an objectionable publication from 10 years to 14 years imprisonment. The new measures also include creating a presumption of imprisonment for repeat offenders, namely any person convicted of a child sexual exploitation offense for a second time will be sentenced to a term of imprisonment. What is worth noting is that the bill makes it clear in the Films, Videos and Publications Classification Act 1993 that possession of objectionable material includes intentionally viewing electronic material without consciously downloading or saving it. So intentional viewing without downloading or saving amounts to possession as far as the law is concerned. Times have changed and we are living in a very different world now, thanks to the modern technology and the lifestyle that is closely related to it. The creation of a new offense called the indecent communication offense is intended to reflect the ways of which offenders can use social networking sites, online chat programs and communication tools such as texting to communicate with children with abusive intentions. In Victoria, Australia, a parliamentary inquiry early this year called for the introduction of a sexting offense. However, it also called for a new defense for child pornography offenses to ensure sexting teams are not treated like pedophiles. Times have changed. I recall that it was in 2002 and also originated in Victoria, Australia, that the Australian High Court delivered the most influential and probably the most controversial judgment involving internet. Gutnick and Dow Jones case has so far remained the leading authority in defamation case law involving internet, and has led to significant legislative changes in the common law jurisdiction in respect of foreign competence, jurisdictional limitation period, and single publication rules. UK, for example, early this year passed its Defamation Act and codified common law in the area of single publication rules. Also, earlier this year, Twitter was sued in Australia for defamation, but the role Twitter played was only as an intermediary that provided a platform for relevant parties. That issue aside, the case involves also a question as to whether a disclaimer published by Twitter would provide a certain kind of legal immunity for Twitter. Back to this bill, social media have become a very important part of our life. Our Crimes Act and other legislation in the areas of torts, banking law or company law, etc., will need to be updated to address the new media or practice or norms that are novel to us. This bill is heading towards that direction. Mr. Speaker, child pornography offenders have particular characteristics that set them apart from other offenders. Legislation needs, therefore, to be developed which addresses these characteristics. The recent roast busters exposes holes in our justice system. We need to have a robust regime to protect children from sexual exploitation. This bill needs to work in conjunction with the new harmful digital communications bill so that we will have a clear and consistent internet legislation. Labour supports this bill because it has a significant purpose to try and stop the threat and use of indecent material and child pornography, which is a worthy cause. But the national needs to develop a coherent justice strategy and not just come up with legislation on a limb to solve issues as they arise. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
I call Jan Logie.
Mr. Speaker, the Green Party will be supporting the Objectionable Publications and Indecency legislation bill to select committee.